All right, so this video is for any of you that feel like the world is tumbling down. Like you cannot take any more pressure, any more surprises. The weight of your shoulders is too much to bear, and you're wondering why all these things just continue to happen nonstop. Like you cannot catch your breath. If you feeling like that, then this video is for you. When God is trying to do greater things in your life, it is not going to come easily. It's not going to, when He's preparing you for greater, for bigger, for broader, for deeper service, it's not going to come just based upon you being in existence, based upon you not having gone through anything. A lot of times when God is preparing you for greater work, it's going to come with a level of discomfort. Sometimes it might be lonely. You might feel rejected. You might feel like, why me, and why am I dealing with all of these things? But rest assured that you are not being faced with all of these obstacles for not. Case in point, when so praise be to God. My husband and I have always been pro marriage. Like we're a married couple. We've I didn't come from a family of many married folks. Before I got married, my uncle had been married to his wife for quite some time. I know that my grandparents were married, but my grandfather passed before I was born. Actually, take that back. I think he passed about a week or two after I was born, but I didn't get a chance to know him nonetheless. So I didn't have too many examples of marriage. I was raised in a home where my mother believed in marriage. I think my parents tried to make the best that they could. They tried to make it work. It didn't work. And so while I didn't see a lot of like married couples around me, I was raised to respect marriage, although it wasn't around me. My husband had lots of examples of marriage and successful marriages, and nonetheless, he and I believe in marriage. Um, this upcoming January will make 4 years of a marriage ministry that we started um, during the pandemic, actually shortly thereafter the pandemic. So we started this ministry, but it didn't come as a result of us just living happily ever after. Now we are happy. We do love one another. We do want to be with no one else but one another. But this ministry, which ultimately God was using us in some challenges that we faced in our marriage, He used us to then be able to minister to others on a broader scale for the past 3 years. And Lord willing, this upcoming January will make 4 years. So, right, we had to go through many obstacles, marital obstacles that you could not have prepared us for in order to be in a place to serve on a deeper and broader level. Professionally, I can recall obtaining a position. It was a position of a lifetime, like really the position of my dreams. And I thought that I would be in this role I thought I would retire from the position truly, because it was just kind of one of those very sweet positions. And I'm trying to be on purpose, really just cognizant and sensitive to the entity that I'm referencing. But 3 months in, I knew that God was calling me to bigger, greater work. And that didn't come easily. It came through persecution. It came through me losing my cool a couple of times. It came through me being in the hospital, trying to make sure that my heart was cool because of the stress that I endured while I was in this role. I was also taking medication at that time while in this role of God showing me and pruning in some ways and refining me so that I could be in a position to do greater work, which which ended up being the birth of Just Like a Mom in July of 2019. I had to go through it to be able to be in the position of service in the way that God was calling me to do greater work. And then lastly, and I can go on and on about this topic, but I'll leave you with one more, just as it relates to, and this is a topic that is near and dear to my heart. If you know me, and certainly my husband knows, because that's my guy, and he's my person, but he's also such a dear friend of mine, and often pushes me in ways that I don't even see myself moving in said capacities. And so one day there might be a book on this, who knows? But as it relates to dealing with women and friendships, I've gone through a lot with women, and it's interesting because my heart has always desired to have very close, intimate relationships with women. From as far back as I can recall. And I think it's because I come from a large family of women. I have a sister. I do have a brother as well on my father's side, but I grew up with my sister. I have aunts. I have lots of girl cousins. We have lots of just beautiful childhood memories of us just doing what girls do. And so having close, and then I'm the oldest, like I'm the oldest of two girls. The cousins that I had growing up my female cousins were older than me as well. And that might play into some other things, probably unrelated to the point that I'm trying to make right now. But I've just always had this yearning to have close relationships with women in my life. And as a result of that, like I love hard, which is a blessing in that I get to know people, and I get to know people authentically. And that has served as a blessing in some ways, and a challenge in other ways. I've dealt with a lot of friends, I guess you can call them friends, that have just randomly cut me out of their lives without explanation. There have been some that have given explanation. There have been some that just, I remember my husband proposing to me, and we got married, and shortly thereafter, like one of my friends, we just like completely lost contact. And this was like, I can't tell you what happened, right? I cannot tell you what happened, but this person just walked out of my life. When my husband proposed, a really good friend of mine just walked out of my life. Now, she turned around. She later came back and apologized for that, and mentioned that she was going through some things, but we were still never able to rekindle that relationship. And so the point that I'm trying to make is that, like, I've dealt with a lot of challenges in female relationships, and while this is something that I've yearned for, and God has blessed me with a number of beautiful women in my life who love me, and I love them, it hasn't come easy. It hasn't come easy. And I know that some of the challenging relationships have equipped me to really hold fast, to nurture, to cultivate the closer relationships that I do have, for some things that he's working out that I'll share at another time. But I know that there is a greater purpose. And so the overall message here is that if you're dealing with some stuff, like, just know that God is likely preparing you for something greater. He feels like you are the girl, the woman, the man, even if you happen to be listening to this, that can handle it. He's preparing you for something greater. And no, it's not It's not going to come, it's not going to come easy, but it'll certainly, much like the title of our marriage ministry is, it's worth it. It'll definitely be worth it when God is in the midst of just trying to prepare you for bigger and greater things to come. Be encouraged and have a good day.